Hello there everyone, it's Carol from the Crafty Emporium here. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for popping by again. I would like to just say, before I show you this new journal, a big thank you to everybody who has watched my tutorial on how to make the fabric cover journal and the wonderful comments that you've all left me. They're always really appreciated anyway, but especially when you spent a lot of time on trying to make a collection of videos to teach people how to make something, it's extra specially appreciated. I also get asked a lot about doing other tutorials because I teach how to make journals. I'm afraid I don't always do a lot of tutorials on YouTube for free because of the simple fact that I obviously I charge people to teach them how to make these things, and it then seems a little unfair to have charged people to then suddenly start giving this stuff away for free. I will try my best to mix it up and do some future tutorials as well, but I'm afraid there won't be loads and loads and loads of them. I do have a project coming up shortly that I'm really looking forward to showing you. I have been twittering about this particular project for quite a while now, and due to circumstances I haven't been able to bring it forward just yet, but it's on the horizon, just there, just there on the horizon. Right, I'm twittered enough again. I'm going to talk to you about this journal here. I was commissioned to make this journal for a lovely lady that I know, and this is for her mum's birthday, and she said that her mum liked the Santoro Gorjuss Girls, so I've been rooting through all of my stash because I do happen to have just the odd one or two, you know, few bits of the Santoro Girls because I love them. So on the front cover I've kept it fairly plain. I've put some lace on the spine edge here. I've put a nameplate here so that the lady, when she gets it, she can write her own name on it, or whether it's a journal, whether it's a diary, or whether it's for recipes, because obviously I don't know what she's going to use it for. I've put obviously one of the gorgeous Santoro Girls on the front there. I've put some metal book plates on the corners. I've done some white faux stitching on the paper as well, and then on the back I've put another one of the girls, some metal corners, some more of the faux stitching, and I've done up the journal with some pretty lilac seam binding. So, oh, and I forgot to say it's just a single signature and there is lace on the edge of the pages, but you'll see that anyway, won't you? So going to the inside cover. So I've got this lovely stitch on my sewing machine. It's a little bit like a feather stitch, which was one of the stitches we always had to do when we were at school on your bit of gingham. And I get told off if I don't say that right either, apparently. Gingham, yeah, whatever. On that square fabric. Anyway, I've cut out one of the girlies here, and then just got some of the paper and put one of the nameplates on, and then I've put some little tiny silver brads on there as well. Then here I've used one of the book pages and made that into a belly band, and I've used a bit of black throughout it as well because of the colours. The colours of the paper, they stand out really nicely on black, so I've done a punched edge border top and bottom and then put the paper on, and then I've just put a piece of paper behind that, and then I've also done a tag with one of the girls, used the same border punch top and bottom, black on the back, so that if the lady would like to put a picture on the back then she can do, and then I've left it open so that there is a piece of paper inside of there, so if she would like to write on the back of that and explain what the photo is about, then she can do. So that just tucks behind there. This really pretty lace on the edge. I stitched this lace in place on all the pages as well. this is a lined paper here, and then I made some pockets here from some of the paper, and again put some of the nameplates on the page. So again, if she would like to stick some photos behind there, then she might be able to write on the nameplates exactly about what the photos are. But in the meantime, there is a little journaling card in both of the pockets to show that something can go inside of there. On this page here, I just attached one of the journaling cards, and then behind there is a page. On the page at the bottom, I put one of the border edges on there, so that tucked inside of there is, this is one of the little note papers. There's a journaling tag, so again it's black on the back, so that a picture could maybe be attached on the back, and then with the lines you could turn it sideways and write on the lines there. And then just placed one of the images up in the top right hand corner, just to add a little bit of interest onto the page itself. And then behind there there's lined paper again. I printed one of the images. I was very naughty, sorry Santoro. I photocopied one of the pages onto tracing paper, because I didn't have any. I don't even know if you do tracing paper actually with the little girls on. Maybe someone could let me know. So I just did one of the images onto tracing paper. I did another small pocket here with a little charm on the bottom saying made with love, and another little nameplate. And again, there's a journaling square here. Ooh, one of my things has fallen out. Put a little pocket again on the bottom of the paper, and then put one of the journaling pages inside of there, so that they can all just sit inside of there. More lined paper, again with a little title at the top. I did a pocket here, did some corner punching with hearts on, and did some faux stitching with my white Posca pen. Put another little banner down here with the word Simply Gorgeous on, and again used the little tiny silver brads that I've got. And then inside of that pocket there's another journaling piece of paper with a little tag at the top, and then inside of there it's almost like a ticket shape, isn't it? And then put some paper behind of that, so that could be written on. And then I'd got these pockets. I purchased a pack of them with these already rings on, and you unwrap the thread to get into the pocket, so you could store a few tickets and things inside of that. More lined paper. And then here I had some lovely lilac envelopes, and so I joined two of them together, and then opened up the edge to make it into a pocket where there are things tucked inside of that. So there's an envelope. I think I put something inside the envelope. Yes, I did. A piece of paper inside of there, and then just another piece of paper. But on the front of the envelope I attached this image, put some of the buttons on. I've got loads of these little tiny gorgeous buttons, and just made my own little tag. Put one of the little girls on the top, so she then acts also as a mechanism for pulling the tag out of the pocket. Just put a little girl on the back of there. And then here I did a long pocket, so it becomes a bit of a tuck spot. Put one of the bows on, and then this is an embossed card onto some pearlised card, and then one of the journaling cards. I just added one of the banners at the bottom, put some buttons on, but I only stuck it down at each end, so it can also be a little bit of a tuck spot as well. So I just put one of the papers in there, journaling papers, so that it just shows that you can tuck something behind there. It's the other side of the tracing paper. There I put one of the, it's almost like a luggage tag at the top, so that now acts as a tuck spot at the top of the page. Got some paper, added a little banner at the bottom, and one of the little circles that comes in the decoupage kits at the top, added a bow here, and then another little cutout journaling card of the girls. Here I've got some lilac card. Sorry, just bear with me. Moving around a bit. And these were the greetings cards that came with the envelopes. And so what I did was I cut one of them into a tag, so that it's just the card that opens up, but I cut the shape on that side and on that side as the tag. So one half is here and the other half is further on in the book. And then I added one of the larger images of the girls here. Did some faux stitching with the Posca pen again. I'd got the purple buttons, which just went beautifully, so I attached those at the bottom and put some seam binding at the top. And then on the back of there, I added one of the little girls to act as a tuck spot. And then I folded, knocking the camera. I've dislodged myself now. I used one of the papers, folded it in half so that it formed a little bit of a booklet, so that it can be written in, and that's tucked in there. And then on the bottom here, this was again another one of the border strips that comes in parts of the kits, and I've attached it just around 3 sides so that it can act as a little shallow pocket. And then this was one of the tags, and then this was one of the papers from the journaling little pad. On the centre of the signature here, I made an envelope out of one of the papers and put one of the images on the front. And this, in fact, let me just borrow that booklet a minute. So this now becomes a tuck spot at the top up here, as well as being the envelope. And then that flips back. Put a little clock there to act as a closure. And then inside of there, there's some journaling paper. What I did as well to the pages was I just added very thin strips of paper on each end with a button top and bottom, so they're almost acting like a little belly band on the edge of the page, just to hold any extra paper or photographs as a bit of an extra inside of there. And in fact, one of the things I forgot to show you was, if I go back to this little girl tag here, I've actually attached her so that there is actually a pocket behind there, but shh, don't tell everybody. It's a secret. Put that in there. So yeah, so those are just some extra journaling pages there. Yeah, I just added one of the circles at the top and then just put that in there to show that that's also a little bit of a tuck spot. In fact, I'll show this again. So this is the other side of the card, the purple card that I made into the tag. And again, I did the same with this little girl, in that I made a little secret tuck spot behind her. Again, I did the faux stitching with the white Posca pen and attached a couple of the dotty buttons. I don't know if you could see those, whether they are dotty, as I say, because I film on my phone, it doesn't do the zooming in bit when you try and do something close up, but these have got little tiny polka dots on the buttons. Again, did the same on the back, added a tag this time to act as the tuck spot, and then made another little booklet again with a tag on, and again another little secret spot is behind there, because I only glued that on around 3 sides so that you can add a little secret in there as well. And again, just another simple booklet shape. Again, added the book strip at the bottom to act as the tuck spot. So big photograph could be added in there, and then written on the lined paper behind it. Here I made a double belly band. So I'll take that card out first and then that one, so that you can see the belly band itself. So I did the dark blue paper first, then this was one of the borders from the kit, and I did that as the thin strip down the centre of that, and then added buttons top and bottom, and then added one of the circles from the kit on top for a little bit of added extra interest. Put one of the larger cards behind the blue bit, and then put one of the narrower cards underneath the ladybirds so that they're tucked in there. So you've got a double tuck belly band. This is another piece of tracing paper, again with one of the little girl images on. Some pink lined paper. Here I did another little tuck spot here from one of the cutouts from the kits, and again another piece of the little journaling paper from the pad I've got. This is the other side of the purple envelope, and I did a very similar thing in that I added the image on the front. I put a banner on the bottom here with a button, and then just added behind the pockets a journaling card so that that can be written on or a photograph attached to it. And these never slide in just right, do they? Oh, there we go. Oh, that worked. And then inside of the envelope itself, there is a piece of paper and a little pocket that came from the kit as well. So again, you could just add something inside of the pocket. Sorry, you have to excuse me, I just need to take a drink of tea. One needs a slurp of one's cup of tea. Being British, one can't live without one's cup of tea. Okay, flip the envelope. Again, another little image on the back. This is a little flip-up pocket. So there's the pocket behind. And again, another one of the images which I attached onto black cards. So again, a photo could be attached on the back. And I also made that into a secret little hideaway spot as well. So you could maybe write about the picture that's on the back. And then this flips up. And I just attached a little circle at the bottom with a little tiny polka dot button on the bottom of it, so that that flips up and you can write inside of there too. Just another pretty page with a little tab at the bottom. Did this little girl here as a little flip out, and then on the back of the flip out I just added one of the tabs so that it acts as a little tuck spot in there. Here I did a belly band again with the black card and used one of my punches. Put one of the Simply Gorjuss tags on there, and again used the little silver brads on there. And then I just made this little booklet which matches the front cover. And then inside of there's just some extra papers that can be written on as well. And then I used the purple baker's twine that I'd got to act as the closure, so I stitched it, just a 2-hole like pamphlet stitch. Just pull that thread down, come on, to just make the little booklet. That's the other side of the tracing paper again. Just use another one of the cards here to act as a tuck spot for this extra large tag, and then on the back of the tag I added another card so that it forms a pocket. Again, folded one of the papers in half to make it into a little booklet, so that tucks in there. Oh, I missed a page. Here I did the banner at the top so you can give the page a title. Made another pocket. This was one of the pages from the 6-inch paper pad, and I just cut the paper up to make the strip, and then made that into the pocket, and then added another piece of paper underneath with a little banner again across the bottom, so that that acts now as a little tuck spot. The funny thing that I always find, you know, with the Santora Gorjuss Girls is that the colours are just stunning. They're really beautiful. But if I gave you these papers in this colour format, you probably wouldn't put these colours together. I mean, who would put brown, green, blue, red and purple and pink together? You just wouldn't, would you? But somehow it just seems to work. I think because they're slightly more subtle versions of the colours. But I just love the fact that you can just mix and match all these colours of this particular sort of set of girls up, and it all just goes. Anyway, that was just a by-the-by thought. So here is one of the decoupage little girls that I just punched out and attached her to the page, so she can just be left just as she is on the page, and she looks lovely. But then I've got this card which I just tucked behind her. So you've got a little extra space for writing on there. And then on the inside back cover, I made a pocket here. I did one of the banners, added another polka dot button, so that's just attached at each end, so that can become a little tuck spot. And then inside the pocket, I attached this little girl to the card, to the paper, and then the paper to the card, so that on the back of the card you could add another photo or just write on the back of that. Excuse me. And again, you can see the stitching from my sewing machine there, and that's the inside back cover, and the back cover you've already seen. So so this will be going to its new mummy shortly, because this lady's birthday is next week. So happy birthday to my friend's mummy, if she gets to watch this video. I hope you've had a lovely day, and I hope you love your journal, and please use it, because so many people go, oh, it's just too lovely to write in. They are made for you to write in, and they're made to look pretty so that you like it, obviously, but they are made for you to write in, so please use it, because that's its intention. Of course, if you just want to sit and look at it and then put it back on your shelf, that's entirely up to you. You can do that, but it would be nice to think that you would write in it as well. Anyway, that's my Gorjuss Girls journal. I hope you love it, and I shall speak to you again soon. Thanks a lot, loves. Bye.